The street battles continue. Hundreds of civilians are desperately trying to make their way out. The Iraqi Prime Minister says Daesh is near defeat and predicts Iraqi forces will retake Mosul within days.
We will announce soon the final victory over the enemy Daesh in Nineveh province and in Mosul city in particular. Very little has remained and Daesh will announce its full defeat. And they blew up the old mosque, and by that they announced their defeat. God willing, we will remove their traces in Iraq and we will rebuild all the historical landmarks.
Ash Gallagher has been following this story from Erbil in northern Iraq. She says Daesh militants are taking advantage of humanitarian corridors to escape the city.
Members of Daesh are actually using a lot of mortar fire, and they are actually using a lot of sniper fire. When I was in Mosul actually yesterday, you could hear the consistent exchange between Iraqi forces and Daesh. So it's been a very difficult fight. Members of Daesh are certainly using everything that they have in order to try and push back and hold as much ground as they can for as long as they can. One of the challenges has been trying to create a consistent corridor, because once one street is open, as soon as Daesh is able to find that corridor, they're probably going to look to attack civilians, and so then they have to find other ways for people to get out. Yesterday, on the northern side, there were actually waves of civilians and fighters that were reaching the makeshift medical centers and that were out there in the field and passing through with injuries. Most civilians were actually suffering from things like dehydration and malnutrition, and it was reported that there were even some Daesh fighters who made it through the medical units. Now those would have been taken away, hopefully to be screened by Iraqi forces, but it's been very difficult to actually keep a consistent corridor for civilians to get out. At least half of those people are children, and there's still well over 100,000 left there.